Cobham Aerospace Communications is a leading global manufacturer of robust, high-performance airborne audio, radio, and information management systems. We offer a full range of communication solutions for your aircraft from nose to tail. Our newest innovation, the RT-7000, is the only panel-mounted aviation tactical radio that satisfies all public safety and parapublic voice communication needs. The RT-7000 is a software-defined radio developed with an open systems architecture, making it highly upgradable as new technologies develop, with up to 5 total transceivers available. 3 of the transceivers are embedded internally, and each is capable of being programmed with 3,000 channels, plus direct interface with 2 connected handheld radios. The RT-7000 has a color LCD touchscreen user interface display with LED backlighting and is MIL standard NVIS night vision compliant. User-selected waveforms include FM, AM, and P25 with frequency tuning that ranges from 29.7 to 960 MHz AM, 29.7 to 960 MHz FM, and conventional P25 channeling across the entire range. It also comes standard with 6.25, 8.33, 12.5, and 25 kHz tuning options. When a transceiver is operating in tactical mode, it behaves and has the functionality of previous generations of Cobham or Wolfsburg tactical radios, such as the Flexcom C5000, RT5000, and P2000 radio systems, including preset channel tuning, P25 functionality, and unrestricted frequency tuning capability via the manual channel. The RT-7000 provides P25 Phase 1 and 2 trunking, as well as Legacy Smart Zone and SmartNet Motorola proprietary trunking capability. Cobham Aerospace Communications plans to achieve TSO and ETSO certification of the RT-7000 display and VHF ATC-COM following initial product release, which will make it the only multi-band radio meeting this level of certification. Please contact Cobham for details about this and aircraft STC particulars. The RT-7000 has programmable scan groups, relay, and simulcasting, with in-flight front panel tuning, including for P25 channels. It has available multi-key FIPS 140-2 encryption, P25 compliant AES and DES, and Motorola proprietary ADP, DES-XL, and DVP-XL encryption algorithms, and encryption keys that can be changed over the air via OTAR. For even greater versatility for users requiring multiple user interfaces, such as airborne law enforcement and emergency medical services, the RT-7000 can be configured with additional user interface control capability by adding an optional RT-7000 remote control display unit for in-flight observers. This presentation demonstrates the operation of the RT-7000, so you'll feel comfortable with its functionality and features. If you have any questions or need to review a section again, just go to the table of contents for this video and select the section you're interested in. The RT-7000 panel-mounted radio is designed to be operated either by the touchscreen or by more conventional bezel-mounted knobs and push buttons found below the touchscreen. The display is a full-color liquid crystal display and has a touch-sensitive surface, which allows you to operate and select functions directly on the screen itself, with or without gloves on. The small knob on the left side of the bezel is used to turn the system on and off by pushing the knob in. When you power the system on, the system's display will show a boot screen while it's being initialized. Initialization is brief, at less than 30 seconds, and will show the software part number, hardware model number, and firmware number of your system. To turn off the power, press and hold the on-off button. While the button is being pushed in, the display will increase in brightness, a shutdown message displayed, and a countdown from 3, 2, 1, 0 tells you that the system is shutting off when it displays the number 0. The brightness knob is the outer large concentric knob on the left side of the bezel. To increase brightness, turn the knob clockwise or decrease brightness by turning the knob counterclockwise. The volume control is the small knob on the left side of the bezel. Turning it clockwise increases the volume and counterclockwise decreases the volume. The volume adjustment display will automatically disappear after 3 seconds. So let's talk about the knobs on the right side. The outer large concentric knob is the cursor knob. Turning it moves the cursor between areas of the screen that allows user selection. The current active field is highlighted by a rectangle drawn around the field of focus. Turning the knob clockwise or counterclockwise moves the highlight cursor around the display. The value knob is the inner small concentric knob, which lets you change the value of a parameter in the highlighted field. Turning it clockwise increases the value, and turning it counterclockwise decreases the value. The small Enter knob on the right side of the bezel is also used to apply or enter your cursor selection. The Home push button is located next to the left side knobs. Pushing the Home button moves the display to the next higher menu selection until reaching the home page. The Menu push button is next to the right side knobs. Pressing the Menu button opens a dialog box for selection of options, which is described in detail later in the Menu Details portion of this video. The top-level display homepage is seen during normal operation of the system and is divided into 3 sections, which include the top section showing the system dashboard, the middle section showing the active transceiver, and the bottom section showing the system ribbon. The system dashboard on top contains a summary of the operating state of all transceivers installed. This system supports from 1 to 3 internal transceivers and up to 2 externally connected transceivers. The active transceiver window in the middle contains detailed information about the active transceiver. The system ribbon on the bottom contains the transceiver function, shown as FN, and the message menu, shown as MSG. All active transceiver functions are accessed via the transceiver function menu. The status line is used to convey passing information to the operator, such as helpful hints on the use of the unit, as the operator navigates around the page. The message menu gives the operator access to the system message page, which is used to convey system built-in test or bit status information. Each transceiver can be made active by selecting it from the dashboard. The operating state of each available transceiver is shown in the dashboard display. This keeps the operator informed about the state of non-active transceivers and contains only summary information, such as the active channel and mode of operation. When a transceiver option is not installed, all indicators except the transceiver identifier are invisible, and not installed will be displayed. The active transceiver window contains detailed information about the currently selected transceiver and allows the operator to change channels at will. The Transfer button allows the operator to flip-flop the active and standby channels. The active channel field is always visible and displays the channel that is currently tuned to receive and transmit. When tuning on a tactical manual channel, the channel number is located at the number 0 location and displayed as an M. If the push-to-talk or PTT function is in effect, the displayed manual channel receiver frequency changes to the transmit frequency and a highlighted transmit indicator or TX is displayed. If the channel is for receiving only, the preset channel name field displays Receive Only when attempting to push to talk. When monitoring in ATC COM mode, the active channel field displays the channel receive frequency. In the system ribbon display, the function menu displays the functions available for the active transceiver only. Functions that are not available for any reason are shown as disabled. Some common functions are available whether a transceiver is operating in either tactical mode or ATC COM mode, such as volume control, receiver squelch test, mute, and squelch adjustment. Volume control is regulated by selecting the function volume button. The volume of the audio as received by the active transceiver can be adjusted by sliding the pointer left or right or by simply turning the volume knob. The volume level is displayed as a percentage in the active transceiver window and will disappear in a few seconds. The test function allows adjustment of the active receiver audio volume when no signal is being received. It can also be used to test that the receiver is functional when troubleshooting. When selecting the function test button, the active receiver audio squelch is enabled, as indicated by the presence of the highlighted receive indicator or RX on the display and an audible noise in the headset. Pressing function test again will disable the squelch audio and indicator. The mute function silences received audio from the active radio. When selecting the function mute button, the active receiver audio is disabled, as indicated by the presence of the highlighted mute or M indicator on the display and the lack of received audio through the headset. Pressing function mute again reactivates the audio receiver and clears the mute indicator. When selecting the function squelch buttons, a bar is displayed for adjustment of the squelch threshold. Sliding the pointer left or right increases or decreases the level. Rotating the value knob also increases or decreases the level. The display will automatically clear after a few seconds. The quick memory function works much like the presets on a car radio. When the operator presses the function quick memory buttons, the operator may either recall or program a channel in memory. When selecting a previously programmed quick memory location, it's loaded into the standby channel. If the operator presses and holds any of the 10 quick memory locations numbered 0 through 9 for several seconds, the current standby channel is programmed into the chosen quick memory location. There are 10 quick memory locations for tactical mode and another 10 for ATC comm mode. Changing channels is easy. When selecting the transfer button, the active and standby channels are swapped. Turning the value knob changes the channel by number. When the channel name field has the focus, turning the value knob changes the channel by alphanumeric identifier. The channel name or number field focus may also be selected via the display by touching it. Placing the cursor focus on the standby channel number and swiping right or left will change the channel number sequentially. Placing the cursor focus on the standby channel name and swiping right or left will change the channel alphabetically. Selecting the function channel button allows numeric entry of a new standby tactical channel or ATC frequency. If the tactical channel number is invalid, the system will display the closest available channel number. Entering a channel number of 0 or pressing C for clear loads the manual channel. When in tactical mode and the active channel is not a simplex channel, selecting the function direct buttons will switch the transceiver between direct and repeater modes. When direct mode is active, the direct or DIR indicator will be displayed in the dashboard and active windows. When an encrypted channel is selected, the transceiver automatically enters encrypted mode by default. When the active channel is capable of encryption, selecting the function private button enables or disables encryption with each press. If the active channel or the transceiver module itself is not capable of encryption, the function private button is disabled. When private mode is active, the private or PVT indicator will be displayed in the dashboard and active windows. The process of encryption rekeying over the air begins when selecting the function OTAR buttons. The first step in this process is the OTAR start confirmation. Cancel the operation by selecting No or pressing the Home button. Otherwise, choose Yes to continue. The display will provide feedback on the progress of the OTAR operation, such as OTAR in progress and OTAR completed, or otherwise OTAR failed if unsuccessful. When using encrypted channels, the function key buttons allow all 16 possible keys to be displayed, both by number and alphanumeric identifier. Any displayed key is selectable. The preset option allows the restoration of the originally programmed key. The system receiver can be set up to automatically scan up to 50 scan groups containing 10 channels per group, stopping when it finds a signal on one of them, and then continuing to scan when the initial transmission ends. Scan mode is initiated by selecting the function scan buttons for the active transceiver. The Select Scan Group dialog is displayed when scan mode is started on a transceiver that has one or more associated scan groups. Selecting Cancel or pressing the Home button returns the system to the home page in normal operating mode. The Function Scan Edit feature allows the operator to temporarily remove or restore a particular channel from the group as displayed by a plus or minus symbol next to the channel, and then controlled by the In-Out button. This is useful for temporarily removing a channel with nuisance traffic. The Scan Priority, or P assignment for the group, can also be temporarily assigned. These changes will default back to original programming during the next power-on cycle. When selecting the Function Scan button on the Select Scan Group page, the system will return to the home page with the active transceiver scanning the selected group. The system indicates its scanning by displaying the scan indicator in the dashboard and active transceiver windows. Selecting the Function, Scan, Cancel buttons will terminate the scanning and allow the operator to exit scan mode completely. When a Cobham wideband transceiver module is installed and the channel number is set to the manual channel, the operator may edit the basic channel properties at will via the front panel. Channel editing mode is activated by selecting the Function Edit buttons. This allows the user to view all known properties for any channel of the active transceiver, including channel number and name, frequencies, tones and codes, encryption keys, band and bandwidth, output power, and other channel details. To change any editable property, select the option Edit as desired. Then press Home to exit. Similar to editing a manual channel, when a preset channel is in edit mode, only certain unprotected aspects of the channel may be edited. After changes are made, press Home to exit. When the unit is operating in tactical mode and the operator selects the Function ATC buttons, the transceiver changes to ATC COM mode. This option is only available on Cobham wideband transceiver modules in the RT1 position. When the system is operating in ATC COM mode and the operator selects the transfer button, the active and standby frequencies will be swapped. When the standby megahertz field left of the decimal point has the cursor focus, turning the value knob either direction changes the frequency to the next megahertz increment. In a similar manner, when the kilohertz field right of the decimal has the cursor focus, turning the value knob changes the frequency to the next kilohertz increment. When RT1 is a Cobham wideband transceiver module and the active transceiver is set to 25K mode, the operator can press the Function 8.3K button to switch to 8.33 kHz narrowband tuning mode. This is commonly used in European controlled airspace. The reverse is also true. When RT1 is set to 8.3K mode, the operator can press the Function 25K transceiver menu button to switch to 25 kHz tuning mode. When the unit is operating in ATC COM mode and the operator selects the Function Tactical button, the transceiver changes to tactical mode. The menu button allows the user to select one of the system's alternate modes of operation, which includes simulcast mode, relay mode, system information page, and RT7000 configuration mode. Relay mode allows the system to function as a cross-band repeater. All installed transceivers and connected external radios can participate in relay operations, which allows communication received on any transceiver to automatically be transmitted on one or more other selected transceivers. Relay mode is accessed by selecting the menu Relay buttons, followed by the selection of the desired transceivers, or RTs, and then selecting Continue. When relay mode is active, transceivers participating in the relay display the relay indicator in the dashboard and active transceiver windows. Exiting relay mode is done by selecting Menu Relay and choosing Terminate. Simulcast mode allows the user to simultaneously broadcast on multiple transceivers within the system. Any of the transceiver push-to-talk or PTT inputs can be used as the simulcast trigger, and all installed transceivers and connected external radios, or RTs, can participate in the simulcast operations. To enter simulcast mode, select Menu Simulcast, followed by selection of the preferred push-to-talk input. Note that only one PTT input is selectable at a time. Choose which transceivers will participate in the simulcast and select Continue when all choices are made. When simulcast mode is active, transceivers participating in the simulcast display the SIM indicator in both the dashboard and active windows. Exiting simulcast mode is done by selecting Menu, Simulcast, and Terminate. Note that relay and simulcast modes may be used independently or activated together for joint relay simulcast capability. The information page is accessible by selecting the Menu Information buttons, which displays system summary information, including part number, software version, firmware version, and serial number. Each RT7000 must be configured by the installer using a computer loaded with Cobham ICT software and connecting an ICT programming cable between a computer and the RT7000. Next, a valid frequency plan must be loaded into the Cobham wideband transceiver modules using the Cobham MCT software and programming cable. Individual channels may be entered manually via the user display interface. The RT7000 APX modules must be loaded using Motorola CPS software and a Cobham APX cloning cable. A Cobham personality module is connected to the rear of the RT7000 by the installer to allow a trained technician to keep the RT7000 programming information with the aircraft when removing and replacing an RT7000, which conveniently prevents the need to reconfigure the RT7000 upon replacement. You may contact Cobham Aerospace Communications about obtaining additional copies of ICT, MCT, and CPS software, programming cables, or to obtain technical assistance for creating or editing electronic files to meet your needs. Cobham ICT software is the installation configuration tool which is used to define the initial setup parameters of the system, such as tunable antenna mapping, system lighting parameters, and emergency headset and microphone impedance levels. Cobham MCT software is the mission configuration tool for programming the Cobham wideband transceiver modules and is necessary for loading a frequency plan as an electronic file. These modules can also be programmed manually via the display interface, which is very convenient yet less efficient when loading or editing multiple channels. To read or upload a MCT file from the RT7000 Cobham wideband transceiver module to a computer, a Cobham programming cable is connected between the computer and RT7000 programming port, located at the bottom center of the front panel. Select the RT7000 Menu Configure Transceiver buttons, followed by selecting the internal transceiver module to be loaded, then select Next and Start to open the data channel. From the connected computer with MCT open, select the upload icon from the MCT toolbar and wait for the operation to complete. Press Stop on the RT7000 and the Back and Home buttons when done to exit. Repeat this process as needed to extract the MCT code plug from each Cobham wideband transceiver module and disconnect the cloning cable when finished. To write or download a MCT file from your computer to the RT7000 Cobham wideband transceiver module, connect the Cobham cloning cable between your computer and RT7000 programming port located at the bottom center of the front panel. Select the RT7000 Menu, Configure, Transceiver buttons, followed by selecting the internal transceiver to be loaded. Then select Next and Start to open a data channel. From the connected computer with MCT open, select the download icon from the MCT toolbar and wait for the operation to complete. Press Stop on the RT7000 and the Back and Home buttons when done to exit. The manual method of programming the RT7000 is done by selecting the Menu, Configure, Preset buttons. The user has the option to add, copy, edit, or delete preset channel information by following the on-screen prompts. Press the Home button to return to the home page when done. Cobham MCT software is the mission configuration tool used for programming the RT7000 with up to 50 scan groups containing up to 10 channels per group. The MCT software provides a simple method of creating and downloading scan groups as an electronic table for assignment of channels, channel priorities, and group naming. A computer loaded with Motorola CPS programming software for APX radio programming is required for loading a frequency plan, which is created as an electronic file called a code plug. Conventional APX channels are front panel programmable via the RT7000 user display interface. To obtain Motorola CPS software or a Cobham APX cloning cable, contact Cobham Technical Support. The contact information is provided at the end of this presentation. A tutorial is also available within the CPS application help menu for those who wish to learn more on their own. To read or upload a CPS file from the APX module inside the RT7000, connect the Cobham APX cloning cable between the computer and RT7000 programming port located at the bottom center of the front panel. Select the Menu, Configure, Transceiver buttons, followed by selecting the internal transceiver to be loaded, then select Next and Start to open a data channel. From the connected computer with CPS open, select Read a Radio to upload the code plug from the APX module to the computer and wait for the operation to complete. Press Stop on the RT7000 and the back and home buttons to exit. Repeat this process for each internal transceiver requiring CPS programming. To write or download a CPS file to an APX module, connect the programming cable between the computer and RT7000 programming port located at the bottom center of the front panel. Select the Menu, Configure, Transceiver buttons, followed by selecting the internal transceiver to be loaded, then select Next and Start to open a data channel. From the connected computer with CPS open, select the CPS option Clone a Radio to initiate downloading of the code plug from the computer to the APX module and wait for the operation to complete. Press Stop on the RT7000 and the back and home buttons to exit. Repeat this process for each internal transceiver requiring CPS programming. Encryption key loading is accomplished by using a Motorola KVL 4000 key variable loader, which is commercially available from Motorola. Keys may be erased from the RT7000 display interface. To load an encryption key to a RT7000 transceiver module, connect a Cobham key loading cable between the KVL and the RT7000 programming port located at the bottom center of the front panel. Select the Menu, Configure, Keys, Fill buttons. Select the internal transceiver to be loaded, then select Next and Start to open the data channel. Prompt the KVL 4000 to send the pre-programmed keys. Press Stop on the RT7000 and the back and home buttons to exit. Repeat this process for each internal transceiver requiring encryption key loading. To erase existing keys from the RT7000, select Menu, Configure, Keys, and the Delete buttons. Select the internal transceiver to be erased, then select Next and Start to erase the keys. Repeat this process for each internal transceiver requiring encryption keys to be erased. Press Home when done. When messages are available, the message indicator will be highlighted. Pressing the message button will reveal a message list. Reading messages is done by choosing a message from the list and selecting the Read button. Selecting the Back and Erase buttons deletes each chosen message from the list. When there are no messages available to view, no message will be displayed. Select Cancel or Home to exit. This video has provided an overview of the major features of the Cobham RT7000 panel mount radio to help you understand its capabilities, operations, and functions. Please feel free to review any section by referring to the table of contents for this video. For more information, please contact Cobham Aerospace Communications by calling 1-928-708-1550 or visit our website at cobham.com and enter RT7000 into the search bar. For technical support or to schedule specialized training and assistance, please call us at 1-928-756-1615 or email cac.prc.support@cobham.com. For obtaining CPS software or customer assistance from Motorola Solutions, contact 1-800-814-0601. For RT7000 pricing and availability, please call Cobham Aerospace Communications at 1-928-708-1550 or email sales.prescott@cobham.com. Please help us to improve with your RT7000 feedback by taking a brief survey at www.rt-7000survey.com.